So the third initiation is the activation, the realization, yes, of our higher self. So our higher self, it can also be recognized as our wisdom, inner wisdom. And for example, one way that can occur is that at this stage in yourself, you kind of have made peace with the past, with most of it, let's say, with most of the most heavy ones. And since you made peace with that, since you have come to a place of acceptance with that, you have the ability to see right through the story, isn't it? Now, I'm sure yourself have had some challenging experiences in your past. Now you're at peace with them, and only now you can see the true colors of it. You have learned your lesson. And because you've learned your lesson, first of all, you won't repeat that exact same situation. You won't manifest it again like that. And because you've learned your lesson, your soul has learned the lesson. Now you have gained wisdom. And this is the wisdom of the higher self, because by now you've been through so much of this allowance and acceptance, making peace and let's say purging and cleansing the most densest of forms. Now you have the ability to see through your lessons, and that is the wisdom that comes directly from you. So just think of that for a moment and see how many events in your life you have completed, come to peace with. That's all wisdom, all of it. And that's why certain people that meet you, through these synchronicities that happens during these second and third initiations mainly, certain people will start to be attracted to your vibration somehow. And you'll just find yourself without any thought or any preparation, just sharing your knowledge, what you have been through, but you have completed. And that's a direct transmission of wisdom. So let's also explore more indications of what the higher self means, or how it can even look like. Some people experience the higher self as being somehow in a higher place of neutral observation. So from the higher self, having the certain of aloofness, you could say, of having the ability to neutrally observe your own body, your own senses, emotions that are present, coming and going, the thoughts that are being created, and because of the space that you have yourself created, because you've cleared so much densities, there is a certain clarity of seeing, and this clarity of seeing, it is this neutral observation. So it is less likely that these emotions and thoughts will pull you right into them. Although it does not mean it's not going to happen, because whatever pulls you in, whatever takes you out of yourself, is another great opportunity for you to integrate that emotion or that thought into your higher self. It is really about integration. You first awaken and realize a deeper nature, realize a more unlimited version of yourself. And then what comes alongside with that, it is all an integration process. And for that, allow life to give it to you, because life is always supporting you in that way. Life is always working for you. Yeah, so any life experience is there to value, appreciate, and integrate whatever, whether likes or dislikes, but mainly here it is more and more about integrating the densities. So more and more your higher self can integrate. Also, to say to you, the higher self is you. Okay, because sometimes there's a little misunderstanding that we believe or think that the higher self is there. There is there the higher self. There is there the soul. There is there the presence, and that there's still something else. There is a gap, and that gap needs to be kind of merged and completed. So know that in any process of your evolution and ascension and opening your consciousness, wherever you are, do not fear that you will ever lose who you are. You will not lose who you are. You will only gain who you are. I know in this spiritual terminologies, it is spoken a lot, of losing yourself, of letting go, of dying. These words are used, but it is actually, they are kind of there to support the unhooking and the recognition of misidentification. That's the only reason these words are used. Know that you will never, ever, ever lose who you are. You can only gain who you are. So sometimes, these words are very paradoxical, but they are only used to, in a way, navigate through the mind. That is the only reason. And many times they are used in a certain process. So in that process, you can experience a true letting go, a true allowing of a certain identity to be released, because that identity is a limitation, and of course what we hold as ideas and beliefs, they are all limiting us, and so it's a kind of a part of a process. But then after that, you're in yourself, and you're never really losing yourself. It is only an experience and within a process that you can experience that, and then it passes away. I really wanted to make that clear. Also, in the state of our higher self, our DNA structure starts repairing. it repairs in a way naturally. You don't have to do much about it because of your vibration, because of your light, because of your connection. Deeper connection with yourself means a deeper connection with source, a deeper connection with your soul, a deeper connection with the universal consciousness. So because of your connection, because of your realization and your openness, these vibrations of light, they start downloading within you, and the light itself starts to repair your DNA structure. So that is naturally happening. Anyway, most of these energetics, it's happening naturally because of the openness and connection to this higher vibration and consciousness. So the higher your consciousness, in a way, the less you do. Because you allow your higher always to take care of the lower. So the doing kind of starts fading more and more. The being starts coming through. The being, of course, it's much more harmonious and healing in its nature. Even deeper than your being, your awareness itself. It's the most powerful of consciousness and vibration too, that can heal, align, restore anything, literally. So coming back to some further explorations of higher self, through your higher self, many people here start remembering past lives. So also this word of past life is also quite linear, because in a higher reality, everything is happening now. So your past is happening now, your future is happening now, your present is happening now. There is in higher reality, there is no time. So time is only perceived in 3D and 4D. That's all really. But above that, it's gone. There's no time. So it's all now. So you are here now, and there is nothing else. So through the now and through your openness, you can access past, present, future, and restore, align, remember, integrate, download, heal. Anything is possible through your higher self. So your higher self is another big sense of freedom, isn't it? It allows you to connect with the higher realms. It allows you to see more, to understand more. It's really gaining a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. Knowledge is the higher knowledge, which is the inner wisdom. And of course, with this, is the recognition that I'm not this body, I'm not even these thoughts actually, I'm not even these emotions, but I am the spirit itself. And also, during this initiation and integration, also your light body starts activating. Light body is called Merkaba. And also here there is it's naturally coming together. It naturally starts aligning, and the more integration of your light and inner wisdom, this completes into the next initiation. So they're all so infused and combined, and every initiation is an opportunity for exploring yourself in that state, but also moving through, transcending, always the lower frequencies into the higher, transcending lower consciousness into the higher. And that's, in a way, this process of reclaiming back, remembering who you are, and coming back to your sovereign being of love, light, awareness. It's a beautiful process of returning back home. So with this third initiation, all of this is a beautiful process, but it's not the end. It's a transition. You're transiting through various dimensions, through various realms within this consciousness, within this universe. Inside of you, it's the same thing. And it's all a preparation to work towards the fourth initiation, which is the opening of your inner love. The inner love, which is, of course, beyond emotions, beyond knowledge, all that you have gained as wisdom. It's even more open and even more unconditional. You could also say that, in that state, it is really about exploring what this higher love means. But that we will talk more about it in the next meetings, because during these sessions we are just skimming through these initiations, consciousness, and yes, for more in-depth detail that will come through the teacher training course. And of course, when we meet in private sessions, this is where we tackle anything which is kind of in your way to transcend that, integrate your highest.